So I just stumbled across a mind-blowing feature that I've never seen before. Now, maybe you have, and if you have, you'd be like, Dan, you're behind the times. That's okay. But shout out to my colleague, Burke Holland, who I'll show you the tweet in just a moment. He retweeted something that is related, but it's also mind-blowing. So let me jump in and I'll show you what I mean. So here's what Burke shared on X. Wow, what? And Burke's awesome. So anytime he says that and he's impressed, then usually it catches my attention. He knows all kinds of stuff. And he shared this post by Rob, and I'll probably say the last name wrong, Pruzan maybe. Rob, if you see this, you can correct me. But really cool stuff. And I'm going to click on this because I went in, I watched the video, and I was like, okay, that's crazy because you can literally run VS Code functionality right in your terminal. But then as I was scrolling down, and this is what I'm going to cover, in addition to that, I saw Terminal Browser, and I went, wait, what is that? And the reason that's interesting is normally I have a multi-monitor setup. I have a little monitor up here, and I put like my Apple Music up in that. It's like a little teleprompter size. I have a monitor here, and then I have my MacBook. Over here is where I have a nice little cozy chair that after standing for meeting after meeting, I'll go hang out there and work sometimes. And, now I'm on a single screen. And while I do virtual desktops and I can switch between them, it's kind of nice to just have things side by side, but not have to worry about positioning the windows, even though that's easy to do. So I clicked on this and actually ended up finding this website, terminalbrowser.com. I watched the video. I said, all right, let's just try this and see how it goes. And it freaking works. So let me show you real quick here. So I'm going to go over to Copilot CLI, and there's probably other ways you can do this, but I did exactly what the command said. And there's a couple ways, if you go to the website, you can do this, but I'm going to go into kind of the execute mode, hit the bang, exclamation, and type terminal browser. Now, what this is going to do is literally launch a browser right here. And I'm in Ghosty, so it makes it really nice. And this actually launched the last thing. And I'm going to actually do the same thing right now. So I'm going to come down here, and I don't even think actually this is probably cached. Let me hit refresh here. Yeah, and there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and say launch the website, make it so any changes are auto-detected. So basically hot reload. All right, so let's let that run. And once it launches, whatever port it ends up choosing, we'll go ahead and go to this in the browser. So, for example, if I wanted to go to GitHub while this is loading here, I'm not logged in right now because I just started this, but there you go. And so it's literally running this in the CLI. Pretty cool. And since I'm in Ghosty, I can rearrange this and, do whatever I want. So we'll go ahead and let this run. I'll speed it up until we get to the point where it's all ready and has the port, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so it looks like it actually launched it again. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll close this guy. So let me just exit out of here, Command W. All right, and there we go. Now, this is literally, let me hit refresh. This is literally a live site. We can go in and, let's do like Phoenix near where I'm at. And there we go. And so, yeah, it's all working side by side here. So now let's go on in and I don't know, let's say, change the gradient to more of a pretty green. I don't know. I'm making this up as we go, folks. Let's just see what it does here, and we'll try the live reload feature. All right, so there we go. For some reason, I had to add a cache buster because I was still kind of stuck on the blue, so I kind of coached it through that. But there you go, it's live. So, whether you'd prefer to have just a separate browser, fair enough. But this is the first time I've actually seen it where you can run the browser, which is, really just a wrapper around it, right in your shell. Kind of crazy because I can think of just all kinds of things you can do now. And it's just right there and really nice to work side by side like this. So there you go. That is Terminal Browser. Thanks, Burke, for sharing terminal code, I guess it was. And Rob for the great work you're doing on this stuff. Super cool. So check it out.